Live from the 607, it's the Ocho Duro Parlay Hour, where we're talking everything going on in the world of sports. Join in the conversation on social media with the hashtag ODPH, because here we go.
Instead of looking deep inside, every word I have to say, keep it simple.
Welcome to a special edition of the ODPH podcast. My name is Ken M. Joining me in studio, as always, you know him, his statistician to the stars, man of 1,004 aliases. His name is Padawan J.
Let me talk to you.
And we are still talking the NFL as it is the annual ODPH NFL 2025 Preview Edition, where we break down the divisions, the conferences, the fantasy football, everything you need to know going into the season kickoff. So last episode was all about the AFC. This time we're turning the direction to the NFC for anything and everything that is the ODPH. Check out odphpodcast.com because that's where you should go after this episode. But Pad, let's waste no time. Let's kick it off. Let's talk some NFC East, shall we?
Yeah, so we got the Philadelphia Eagles who won this division with a record of 14-3. You had the Washington Commanders who also made the playoffs going 12-5. Dallas Cowboys came in third place going 7-10, and you had the New York Football Giants come in last place, finishing 3-14.
Well, as we break down the division, we break down the conference, we break down fantasy football, I think one thing is very certain in the NFC East. Everything runs through Philadelphia right now.
The other thing we should note is in the NFC East specifically, there has not, keyword has not, been a repeat division winner since the Eagles won 4 straight from 2001 through 2004. After that was the Giants, and then it's been a different team every single year for the last 20 years.
Well, you have to think about how this team is built. And this is going to be a real question mark because the one thing is when you win a championship, how hungry are you to go back?
Oh, yeah.
And with Philadelphia, I think it's still there.
Oh, yeah.
Jalen Hurts is still your quarterback. Saquon Barkley, coming from the Giants in the offseason, really earned his paycheck and then some.
Worked out very well for them.
So as long as he's still running strong, they'll be good.
Yep.
Their wide receiver core has not been great. It's been solid, but it hasn't been great.
It was great in that Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's when they need to be, they're great. So Devonta Smith and A.J. Brown have been looking good. Dallas Goedert's still a tight end.
Yep.
Their defense is still nasty as ever. Like Cooper DeJean and Dory Jackson are going to be really causing some havoc in the backfield. So when you take a look at this team, I mean, honestly, on paper, they shouldn't lose. They should be an easy pen to go back to the NFC. But I think they're going to have some stumbling problems as they go on.
Sure.
And then you take a look at the team that I think was the biggest surprise to everybody last season, and that's the Washington Commanders. Bum, 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 bum. And this one, obviously, with Jalen Daniels behind center, they made a ton of noise. And I think that anybody that underestimated how this kid plays, I thought he should have been the number 1 pick in the draft. It's lucky it fell to Washington. And they're now building a team around him as we're recording. Terry McLaurin has now signed. So he's going to be there long-term for him. They did get Deebo Samuel in the offseason. Austin Eckler. Jury is still out how much he has left in the tank. Zach Ertz is now there. So their team on the key positions of offense are very solid. They got Laramie Tunsil, too, to help with that offensive line. So they made some very, very smart moves this offseason. And their defense is another steady one.
So they added your favorite linebacker, Von Miller.
Yeah, which, I mean, at this stage, if they can get something out of him, all the better. Like I say, I just think at this stage, Vaughn is on that decline. He'll do some key plays when they need him, and I think especially they do have a young defense for the most part. Vaughn will be good for that locker room. And
that's a good captain.
Yeah, which is what they need, especially with a team that's so young. You want stability, and you want to build off the success of last year because, let's face it, they were only a couple plays away from punching a ticket to the Super Bowl.
True.
We can't forget about that. The same, though, and we have to give a disclaimer for our Dallas Cowboy fans. We can't say the same thing for the Jerry Jones-led squad. Turmoil seems to follow this team everywhere. And it just seems like anytime things take one step forward, two go back. Arguably, the biggest drama this offseason has been Micah Parsons.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
And is he going to be there when the start of the season? Is he going to get traded? Jerry is being Jerry about this, and one thing that will always hold this team back is when he is calling all of the major shots, he usually misses.
When he feels a certain way, it usually doesn't help the team.
Right. I mean, and this is kind of puzzling too, because I've seen him bend over backwards to sign players that maybe did not need the max contract they got.
Ezekiel Elliott.
That's one that comes to mind. And you think about with what he has on defense, with Parsons there, why are you not paying him as much as you can?
Parsons is a generational talent and quite possibly has the potential to go down as one of the best players at his position in NFL history.
Oh, completely.
You know, you just look at the stats and look at how great he's been thus far in his young career. He's only going to add to it, you know, and it's only going to get better. So the fact that you're kind of hesitating on this is mind-boggling, to say the least.
I think this is just Jerry having an ego trip. Like, this is all it is. It's just
Yeah.
him having having an ego trip that still
Yeah.
thinks that this is 30 years ago when he was calling all the shots, and this is what disrupted when you had Troy Aikman and company there.
Yeah.
When he starts,
Yeah.
you know, crossing into running everything, he just can't do it at the stage. And
Yeah.
this is always going to hurt the Cowboys, and this is something that's going to haunt them
Yeah.
because now you're in a weird position where you either now have to very much overpay Parsons, which is kind of odd to say,
Yeah.
or you have to move him.
Right.
And if you move him, you got to send him to the AFC. You can't send him in conference.
No.
That would just be
You
foolish.
can't send him in conference. Yeah, you can't send him in your own division.
No, like you have to send him, and you have to get a very large haul
Oh, yeah.
of draft picks
Yeah.
and compensation. Like I say, I heard the Bills were allegedly offering Ed Oliver and 3 number 1 picks.
Well, I think there's, 4, 8, 12, 16 teams in that American Football Conference that if they're smart, make a call.
Oh,
if
you
you
have to.
don't, you're an idiot.
You have to make a call. Worst to worst, they say no.
Yeah.
But you have to make an inquiry.
Right.
And especially if you can get them and you're on the cusp of really making that breakout.
Yeah.
Like I say, if the Bills got him, it's over. If Kansas City gets him, that's a huge move. I don't know if they have the assets to get him at this stage.
I don't think so.
But depending on who the team is, moving him, that has to be an option on the table. Or you have to overpay, and then now you're in cap trouble. And especially, too, you got CeeDee Lamb, you got George Pickens.
Yeah.
You've got some players that are going to want some good contract extensions and all that nonsense coming with it. This is going to be a real trouble for the Dallas Cowboys to maintain this season. And the longer the Parsons drama continues, the more they're going to be in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
And especially now, too, Joe Milton's playing very solid. I think you know him from his time in the New England. So now do you have a quarterback controversy there in Dallas?
No.
Yeah, I mean,
Stop.
I was saying preseason he's looked very, very good. So that said,
I'm looking at the Dallas Cowboys free agents in 2026. They got a lot of free agents.
oh yeah, that's a problem.
They got 38 of them. Holy smokes.
Yeah, they have a
Holy
lot. They have a lot of
smokes.
problems. So the fact that you can't rework Parsons, that this is going to be the challenge of them more so than the games,
Yeah.
because obviously they're going to have their work cut out for them and then some. And like I say, I just don't know how Jerry is going to pull this off. I just don't think this season he's going to do it, and I think it's going to be an absolute shame. Brian Schottenheimer now as a head coach,
Yeah.
he's got his work cut out for him, and
It
that's
ain't an easy job to jump into. But hey, at least the Cowboys got the Netflix docuseries going for them.
well, they're always going to be the Cowboys. They'll always be in prime time. Yeah. Much like the New York Football Giants.
Oh, baby.
who-
Oh, boy.
Well, I will say this: we said on the show in the past they had the best draft of everybody.
Well, they ain't got no
this
more
season.
cutlets, though.
No, I mean, and that was the right move to cut Tommy DeVito.
Yeah, which, I mean, you look at who else they've got. Yeah, that makes sense.
You have to. I mean, you went out, you got Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston.
Yep. Jackson Dart looked real good in preseason.
Dart is looking real good. I mean, if you have a deep fantasy roster, you can stash him. You got to think about him. And I did not think I was going to be saying that about the Giants, but here we are.
Yeah.
Dart is looking great. I know, Pat, you especially like him because he's a Star Wars
Absolutely.
fanatic.
Absolutely.
This is very, very true. But even looking at the Giants, though, there's still they're pieces away.
I mean, listen, you had Russell Wilson, who had an awful, which you figure is going to be your starting quarterback come regular season.
You have to start him.
And you look at how he played last season, and it was just a lot to be desired. What was it? 214 completions on 336 attempts. That was a 63.7 completion percentage. 2,482 yards, which is by far the least in his entire NFL career. Yes, I get he only played 11 games, but still. And then he had 16 touchdowns to 5 interceptions, which that's not a bad percent. It's not a bad percentage.
Not bad, but not great.
But you know what? It was a Mike Tomlin led offense, and just you don't know what you're going to get out of him. Especially he's 36 years old. He turns 37 at the end of November, and he was drafted in 2012.
I don't think you're going to get much out of him.
Nope.
I think he has to be a literal stop gap for where you want to go with Jackson Dart.
Sure.
And like, it's weird to say because it's Russell Wilson, but
Yeah.
he's literally the bridge you get from point A to point B.
At this point in his career, yes.
Yeah, and there's no shame in that because the Giants are not expected to do great. Even with Malik Neighbors
Yeah.
and Robinson's shown some flashes of brilliance here and there. Tito Johnson as the tight end.
Uh-huh.
Running back wise, I mean, Cam Scatterbo, that's the one everybody's talking as the sleeper pick of all picks.
Yeah.
And then defensively, you know, they do have some possibilities. I mean, Abdul Carter is their number 1 pick.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a great pick for
Has
them.
he picked out a number for his jersey yet, or is he still arguing with
I
folks?
have no idea what he's doing there, but he's just got to show up and show out. That's the big thing with him and Burns and that team. Like, they have potential to make some noise.
Listen, I'm looking at their schedule. They're going to need help.
Oh, they're going to need a lot of help. And I think that, listen, to be 1,000% honest, this is now going to be Brian Daboll's job on the line, along with Joe Sheehan.
Uh-huh.
If they don't make playoffs, they're fired. Mark the tape. They're on the hot seat. They're on the hottest of hot seats.
Agreed. And not just because it's the New York market.
Yeah. So I don't know necessarily how the season's going to go. I mean, they could strike lightning in a bottle, but
Sure.
I just don't think they're going to do it with stopgaps and you know, for players that are just temporaries for positions.
So looking at schedules for these 4 teams, you've got the Philadelphia Eagles who are opening the regular season. This is the season opener. This is on Thursday, September 4th, at home against the Dallas Cowboys.
Ooh, that'll be a fun one.
That'll be on NBC and Peacock. Week 2, on the road playing the Kansas City Chiefs. Week 3, at home against the Los Angeles Rams. Week 4, on the road playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. For the Washington Commanders, they open the regular season at home against the New York Giants. Week 2 is on Thursday Night Football. That is on the road playing the Green Bay Packers. Week 3 is at home against the Las Vegas Raiders. And then Week 4 is on the road playing the Atlanta Falcons. Dallas Cowboys, as I alluded to, open up the regular season on the road playing the Philadelphia Eagles. Week 2 is at home against the New York Giants. Week 3 is on the road playing the Chicago Bears. Week 4 is at home playing the Green Bay Packers. That'll be on Sunday Night Football. And then you've got the New York Football Giants who open the regular season at home against the Washington Commanders. Listen to this stretch. On the road playing the Washington Commanders for Week 1. Week 2 is on the road playing the Dallas Cowboys. Week 3 is at home playing the Kansas City Chiefs. Week 4 is at home playing the Los Angeles Chargers. Yikes! And I'm looking at the rest of their schedule. It ain't gonna get much better because then they got the Saints, Eagles, Broncos, Eagles again, 49ers, Bears, Packers, Lions, Patriots. Then they got a bye week in Week 14. Then they close out the year Washington, Minnesota, Vegas, and Dallas. Yikes!
Yo,
Oh, it ain't gonna be pretty for Giants fans.
definitely not going to be pretty. So
That's so far, and the only reason I highlight that might be the roughest schedule I've seen so far.
yeah, I agree. Well, we have to talk about division. So, Pad, is there going to be a new leader at the top of the board there?
I do believe so, and I think that's because, listen, if history has told us anything, there won't be a repeat division, but I think it's going to be real close. I don't think it's going to be like a couple of games. I think it's going to come down to some sort of tiebreaker at the end of the year. I think it's going to be the Washington Commanders winning the division. But again, I think it's going to be a real close one loss difference or like a tiebreaker type scenario. I think the Commanders will come out on top. Then you've got the Philadelphia Eagles, the Dallas Cowboys, and the New York Football Giants.
Well, I agree with you. I think Washington is going to sneak the division by 1 game. I think it's going to be so close going into late in the season that December football is really going to matter for them. But I do think this is going to be like an 11-6,
Sure.
10-7 kind of stretch, like something's going to happen there.
Sure.
Philly's right behind them, though. Philly will get there. Then I'm taking the Giants.
Okay.
I think the Giants will have 3rd place. Am I saying they're going to have enough to keep Daboll's job? No. They would just need to pull off like a Detroit-esque run
Sure.
to get where they need to go. And I think Dallas is going to be last. I think Dallas has just got too much question marks around their team.
Sure.
That you don't know what they're going to do, especially Schottenheimer doesn't really impress me personally as a coach. So
Yeah.
We'll have to see how that shakes up, but I think as I'm looking at it right now, you got to go Jalen Daniels in the hot hand.
Absolutely.
And I think that right now he's definitely proved it. So
Absolutely.
now we take a look to the NFC North.
And last year you had the Detroit Lions win this division and had the number 1 overall seed in the conference, going 15-2. You had the Minnesota Vikings come in second place, also clinching a playoff spot, going 14-3. Green Bay Packers came in third place, also clinching a playoff spot, going 11-6. Then you had the Chicago Bears finishing in last place, going 5-12.
Well, this one, you would think Detroit would be in that contention, but there's a lot of other teams in here that could make some noise. So we'll start out, though, with Detroit, obviously suffering the biggest coaching shakeup of the offseason.
Holy smokes.
Losing your offensive coordinator, inter-division, mind the way, with Ben Johnson, and then Aaron Glenn went over to the Jets.
Yep.
So Dan Campbell's got a lot on his hands. Now, you can argue, had Aiden Hutchinson been healthy last season, would that have been enough to get him to the Super Bowl?
Probably.
I mean, it's a great debate. You don't know.
Right.
But you have to factor in he was hurt. He's back now. That defense is going to be as good as it's been.
Right.
But then the real question mark becomes this offense.
Yeah.
Because without Ben Johnson there is going to be a switch. So you have to keep this in mind. That Jared Goff, is he the real deal, or was he somebody that was a system quarterback? I don't know. I think that's a great debate that you have to have. Because if you honestly don't know, it's not going to pan out to do it. And currently with John Morton, because he's supposed to be the head
he's the offensive coordinator.
Yeah. We don't know what he's going to be capable of. Is he going to clash with Goff in the style there?
He's got a long list as coaching jobs. I'm not going to run through them all, but just in the NFL in the recent years, he was the offensive coordinator for the Jets in 2017. He was the Raiders' senior offensive assistant from 2019 through 2021. Was the senior offensive assistant for Detroit in 2022. Went out to Denver to be the pass game coordinator for 2023 and 2024. And then for this upcoming season, he is the offensive coordinator.
So he was out in Denver last season, you said?
Yes, he was the pass game coordinator.
And now you're bumped to the OC.
Yep.
I mean, Dan Campbell likes to roll the dice. I got to give him that. But I just don't know how it's going to pan out. I mean, I think running back-wise, Montgomery and Gibbs, as long as they're healthy, they'll be fine.
Yep.
I'm on St. Brown. I mean, is he going to have a fall-off too? That's the one thing with an offensive coordinator switch-up as big as this is. You don't know. Sam Laporta, I know, is everybody's anointing as the next great tight end.
Right.
Is he still going to be, getting the touches they do? This is the biggest X factor with this team, and I think that it's something that we have to watch as fans going into the season. I mean, if they're still dropping 35 on teams in their sleep, then all is well.
Yeah.
I just don't see that happening here. And I think that you're going to see a setback for the Lions this season.
Could be.
To a certain degree.
Could be. Then you got the Minnesota Vikings, who J.J. McCarthy coming back after his never played his rookie season. This will be his rookie season. Got hurt. Didn't play last year. Carson Wentz got him as a backup in case something happens. Still got Justin Jefferson. Won't have Jordan Addison. He's suspended. Jalen Naylor's their wide receiver. T.J. Hawkinson's still there. It'll be interesting to see what they can do, especially with McCarthy having his first full year after the injury.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of question marks surrounding him. And I don't know if Minnesota has that window to allow him to grow.
Right.
I think they're in a weird situation where you have to pull something off now. Because I think if you don't, you're wasting Justin Jefferson's best years. And, I mean, Aaron Jones, solid running back, no question about that. But I don't know if, he's going to be the guy that they need to get him over the top. I think Kevin O'Connell's got a lot of work cut out for him out there. And I'm not saying he's on the hot seat, but you almost have to think he is.
It's lukewarm.
Well, it definitely is because he's got enough skilled players. He's got to pull something out. And the thing is, you went all in on J.J. McCarthy, even though Darnold was the one who got you where, a couple years back. So when you go all in, I mean, either you cash in or you crap out. So we're going to have to wait to see about them. I think they're going to be on the back end of everything. I don't think that they're going to be doing as hot as they want to be doing.
Yeah, more than likely.
No. And then you got to take a look at the team from Green Bay, Wisconsin.
I'm expecting good things out of these guys.
Well, the Packers should. Jordan Love. That's all you need. He has played exceptionally well with the talent they have.
Exceeded expectations, I would say.
Yep. Josh Jacobs does take a lot of pressure off, so when you can have him on there,
That helps.
that definitely helps. And then, I mean, their wide receiver core.
Hey, they actually drafted a wide receiver in the first round.
Yeah, I was going to say Matt LaFleur surprised us all by doing that. I think it was the shock herd round the draft.
Uh-huh.
But Tucker Kraft is their tight end.
Eh.
We'll see. And then, I mean, their defense, they have some solid players.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're a shutdown by any means. I mean, Lucas Van Ness can show up. They'll be all right.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, McKinney, depending on how his health is.
Yeah.
So, is it enough to win the North? I almost said the Central, but is it enough to win the North?
Somebody's got to win it.
Well, I'm going to say they'll be in contention for it. I think that they have enough talent as long as Jordan Love is healthy.
Right.
I think they'll be fine. But I do think – oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
I think, though, the biggest surprise of everybody this season is going to be the Chicago Bears.
Okay.
As wild as this might sound, I think with Ben Johnson over there now as head coach, he is going to right the ship.
Okay.
And he's got enough players that he can do this with. Caleb Williams, I think, will be much improved because he reminds me a little bit of Goff in his play.
Okay.
So if he can get something out of him. Now, granted, he could crash out
Yeah.
and it's all for nothing.
Yeah.
But if Caleb Williams is going to be a good pro football player,
Right.
Johnson's going to be the one to get it out of him.
Okay.
DeAndre Swift is going to be a good running back for them.
Yeah.
You know, like I say, I'm not expecting them to rely on them because, like I say, with how Johnson runs his team, he gets everybody involved, which is smart. But I think the ones that are going to really pay off is DJ Moore.
Yeah.
And
Should be.
Roman Dunze. Cole Kmet is going to be fine too.
He's serviceable.
But the one thing is, you look at every time with Johnson in his offense, the tight end has always flourished.
Mm-hmm.
That might be a sleeper on the fantasy teams too, because nobody's really predicting this.
Right.
But with what they have defensively too, you know, Tremont Edmonds still solid.
Yeah.
You know, whatever you're going to get out of him. I mean, Montez Sweat is always as steady as it goes.
Yeah.
They'll get some plays. They'll definitely make some noise. They're going to be literally the most improved team in the NFL. Mark my words.
Oh, yeah.
I think that when you have a coach that's going to be able to get some of that out of their offense. Plus, we also forgot about their first-round pick, Colston Loveland.
Oh, yeah.
So they addressed a lot of needs, and I'm going to say this. I think that the Bears are going to be the ones to shock everybody this season.
Okay. Well, I do know one thing. This whole entire division is getting tested the first month of the year. Listen to this. So you've got the Detroit Lions opening up the regular season on the road playing the Green Bay Packers. Week 2, at home against the Chicago Bears. Week 3, on the road playing the Baltimore Ravens. That'll be on Monday Night Football. And then the week 4 is at home against the Cleveland Browns. Yikes. Then you've got the Minnesota Vikings, who open up the regular season on the road playing the Chicago Bears. That'll be on Monday Night Football. Week 2 is at home against the Atlanta Falcons. That'll be on Sunday Night Football. Week 3 is at home against the Cincinnati Bengals. And then week 4 will be technically a home game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. However, game is at 9:30 a.m. Eastern on NFL Network, which tells you one thing. It's, again, Dublin, Ireland.
Okay.
So then they go up against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Then you got the old Green Bay Packers, who open up the regular season at home against the Detroit Lions. Week 2, Thursday Night Football, so a short week, at home against the Washington Commanders.
Bum, 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 bum.
Week 3, on the road playing the Cleveland Browns. Then you got week 4, where they are on the road playing the Dallas Cowboys. That'll be on Sunday Night Football. Then Green Bay has their bye week. They got a bye week in week 5, so yikes. You've got the Chicago Bears, who open up the regular season. That'll be on Monday Night Football at home against the Minnesota Vikings. Week 2 is on the road playing the Detroit Lions. Week 3 is at home playing the Dallas Cowboys. And then week 4 is on the road playing the Las Vegas Raiders. And much like I said with the Green Bay Packers, Chicago also has a week 5 bye.
Ugh. I don't like them for them.
No. And I'm looking at the rest of the Bears' schedule. Yikes.
Well, they're going to get tested.
Yikes.
I mean, that's the one thing about it. They're going to get tested.
Listen to this stretch. Minnesota, Pittsburgh, Philly, Green Bay, Cleveland, Green Bay, San Francisco, Detroit.
That last week of the season could be interesting. Week 18?
Yeah.
That could be very, very interesting.
And again, we don't know when any of the Week 18 games are going to be because it's TBD and it all depends on who's where and seating and all that stuff.
Right. So you never know. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but
Right.
it might be in that contention.
Right.
But now looking at the division pad, who are you taking?
I'm going to say it's going to be the Green Bay Packers, but it ain't going to be. No team is going like the Detroit Lions did last year, going 15-2.
Yeah.
I think it'll be Green Bay in first place. Then I'm going to say it's going to be Detroit in second place, Minnesota in. I'll say Green Bay, Detroit, Chicago, and then Minnesota.
I am going to be with you for the most part.
Okay.
Taking Green Bay, I think Jordan Love is going to be the one to get them the division. I think Chicago is going to sneak them out by a game over Detroit. It's going to be close.
Okay.
I just think that a lot of that magic was with that defensive and offensive coordinators.
Mm-hmm.
And I think trying to do new schemes with the same talent, it's going to be tough. Now, could Dan Campbell make me eat my words? Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
But I think Ben Johnson is going to work some magic. I think Chicago is going to win a couple games they really shouldn't.
Okay.
They're going to surprise some teams. So that's why I said it's going to be separated by a game, but I think the Bears, Lions, and then Vikings dead last. I think the J.J. McCarthy era, I still have not seen enough to say he was the answer.
Right.
So it could be a rough one for Vikings fans.
Listen, I'm agreeing with that. Listen, he's coming off of a injury where he did not play a single snap in the regular season last year.
Yeah.
Listen, he might be healthy, he might be ready, but as we've heard from multiple players over the years, playing in college is and transitioning to the NFL, it's a whole different animal.
And the problem is he doesn't have a learning curve.
This is true.
He's getting thrown in, and he has to somehow swim. So
Yep.
I don't know if he's going to be able to pull it off, but we're going to have to keep our eyes on it. But we've just broken down the NFC East and the NFC North. Hit us up on that hashtag ODPH pod. We're going to take a trip to the NFC South and West when we come back. You are listening to the NFC edition of the NFL preview of the ODPH podcast.
You ever wondered what comics Mark from Valem is into? What Zach from Left Behind's favorite MCU movies are? Well, Metalcore Nerds is the show for you. My name is Sean Mott, and here at Metalcore Nerds, we cover the latest things in pop culture, whether it be Star Wars, Marvel, DC, AEW, and everything else in between. You can listen to the show every Monday on Adobe Howl at 7 p.m. Eastern, or find it anywhere you find podcasts after it debuts on the radio station.
The content you are listening to is part of the Nerd Initiative Podcast Network. For more info about the home of pop culture positivity, check out nerdinitiative.com.
Coming back for the second half of the NFC preview of this special ODPH podcast, NFL 2025 preview edition. Last segment, we talked the NFC East and the North. Now we got to go to the South. I'm dreading this because, let's face it, this is probably the worst division in all of the National Football League.
Somebody's got to win this division.
Yeah, we probably will have a very short recap of this because, honestly, Pat, who is Atlanta?
What is Atlanta?
There's really slim pickings, but we'll start off with the team that won it last year.
Something, 28-3.
Yeah.
All I gotta say.
So looking at the standings last year.
Yeah. So last year the Tampa Bay Buccaneers won the division with a record of 10-7. Atlanta Falcons came in second place with a record of 8-5. Carolina Panthers came in third place with a record of 5-12, and the New Orleans Saints were also in last place through shenanigans and other type stuff with a record of 5-12. Listen, Tampa Bay still looking pretty good, I would say. You got Baker Mayfield there at starting quarterback, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. Still got them at wide receivers, although Godwin's
banged up.
Yeah, Godwin's banged up, so we'll have to see what happens there. Kate Otten, they're tight end there. So, I mean, listen, somebody's got to win this division, and I think right now it's Tampa Bay.
Tampa should.
Yeah.
Baker has had a career resurgence there.
Yep.
You can't deny that on him. And this division is so bad that, in all honesty, you can't really take that away, no matter what you want to do.
Yeah.
But with Todd Bowles as the head coach there, they're going to have some success. I mean, he's made a lot of stuff happen that probably he shouldn't because he's that good of a coach.
Yeah.
I think, though, with Chris Godwin, he's not at 100%. That could really hurt this offense from clicking.
Yep.
And like I said, from them clicking, it's going to go from they had Liam Cohen as their head offensive coordinator last year. I don't know how that's going to fly.
Yeah.
So a lot of question marks going on here, but this division is so bad. They should be okay because the only one giving them a run for the roster is who is Atlanta?
What is Atlanta?
Atlanta has got everybody talking like they're going to steal this division and like suddenly now it's going to click.
No.
Break it down, Pat.
So they got Michael Penix Jr. is going to be their starting quarterback, although let's be honest, they've got the greatest agent on their as part of their second string quarterback in Kirk Cousins. Bijan Robinson is there. Drake London, Kyle Pitts is there. But listen, Kyle Pitts was highly touted since he came out of college. He's not even. Some people were even talking he's the next Rob Gronkowski. Sorry, he's not even close. Drake London, not anything real special. The Ray McLeod, the third, is also there. Darnell Mooney. They'll contend. They'll scrap. They'll pull a couple of games out by the skin of their teeth. But I'm not expecting anything out of these guys.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I mean, I think Raheem Morris is going to do the best he can with this.
Yeah.
Penix Jr., who knows?
Yep.
I mean, they did sign Kirk Cousins, like you alluded to that crazy multi-million-dollar contract.
Like I said, greatest agent in NFL history.
Yeah, Bijan Robinson, everybody's touting him as the number one pick in all fantasy football drafts. I mean, listen, I guess because he's the only offense that they have there. Maybe he's good because he's going to get the amount of touches for running the ball.
Yeah.
I didn't see enough of him last season to go like that's the guy.
You don't believe me? And Kirk Cousins' agent is a gentleman by the name of Mike McCartney. It might be part of might be part of Gary V's thing, Vayner Sports.
Yeah, he is.
13 seasons, $321,692,254 career earnings through 2025, earned with 3 teams.
You like that?
Yeah. I'll be honest. Yeah. I get that much money from 3 teams. I do like that.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's Cousins laughing all the way to the bank.
Fucking insane.
Yeah. But no, the rest of this team, like I said, London and Mooney, they don't scare anybody. Pitts, you've already alluded to, has been a fantasy bust. And he's been a bust, I'm sorry. Like ever since he came out of college. He had high hopes and just hasn't panned out. So this team, I guess if you need somebody for fantasy football, go take him.
Bench player at best.
Well, like I say, everybody's high on Robinson and London. Like I don't get it personally, but
I mean, listen, I'm looking at Pitt's numbers. He had a great rookie year. He had 68 catches of just over 1,000 yards receiving, 1 touchdown though.
Yeah.
And after that, he had, now granted, injured for part of 2022, 28 catches, 356, and 2 touchdowns. 2023, he had 53 catches for 667 and 3 touchdowns. And then last year, he had 47 catches for 602 and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
He's got 10 touchdowns through 4 years.
Yeah.
Sorry, that ain't a great tight end.
No, it's not. So overhyped, and it's going to flame out. There's no way around it.
Yep.
Then you talk to a team that has been bad for quite some time, but they showed flashes of life, like they had 9 lives.
Yeah.
And that's the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah.
And
about the only thing they got going for them is their mascot, maybe.
Pretty much. I mean, Bryce Young has rebounded from his bust status.
Yeah.
But then again, what are you getting out of him at this stage?
Yeah, not much.
That's the thing. Tet McMillan, that's the highly touted wide receiver they took first round.
Right.
I think that does help. I think they made a smart pick here. I just don't know if he's the guy per se.
Sure.
Chuba Hubbard, I has never been really impressed with.
He's okay.
Yeah, Thielen is on the back end of his career. He's possession receiver at best. Leggett, I don't even know where to go there.
Buffalo's favorite quarterback that isn't named Jim Kelly or Josh Allen is the second string quarterback.
And I'm perfectly aware that Andy Dalton does no wrong in my eyes as of yet. So they have the potential to make some noise in this division, but let's face it, after that, it's done. There's nothing really to talk about.
Yeah.
And then because it's in the contract.
Yeah.
The New Orleans Saints.
New Orleans Saints, they got Spencer Rattler is going to be their starter this season, coming out of, I believe, University of South Carolina. He's entering his second year. Had a decent year for his first season. He only played in 7 games, completed 130 passes on 228 attempts, 57%. 1,317 yards in 7 games played. That's a pretty goddamn good, I would say.
Yeah.
4 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. So we'll see what he can do if he gets a full season behind him. Listen, you can't go wrong with the guy he's got lining up in the backfield behind him, Alvin Kamara. So we'll see what happens there. Brandon Cooks is back there in wide receiver. He's got Rashid Shaheed, Chris Olave, Juwan Johnson is the tight end. So they could be scrappy and they could make some noise. Am I expecting a deep run out of the playoffs? No. But you know what? They could mess around.
You could flip a coin between them and Carolina, and you're going to wind up with the same team. Yeah. Honestly, Kamara is not the same running back he was years ago. Chris Olave was supposed to be the next big wide receiver. That just did not pan out.
Sure.
Brandon Cooks is a speedster, but that's about all you get I mean, honestly, this team doesn't scare me at all. And
No.
this team is going to be fighting for a number 1 draft pick next season.
Probably. So for these 4 teams in their first month of the season, you've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers opening the regular season on the road playing the Atlanta Falcons. Week 2 is on the road playing the Houston Texans. That'll be Monday Night Football. Week 3 is at home against the New York Jets. And then week 4 is at home against the Philadelphia Eagles. Moving on to the Atlanta Falcons, they open up the regular season, as I alluded to, at home against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Week 2 is on the road playing the Minnesota Vikings. That'll be on Sunday Night Football. Why? Reasons. Week 3 is on the road playing the Carolina Panthers, and then week 4 is at home against the Washington Commanders.
Bum, 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 bum.
Carolina Panthers open up the regular season on the road playing the Jacksonville Jaguars, and then week 2 they're on the road playing the Arizona Cardinals. Week 3 they're at home against the Atlanta Falcons, and then week 4 on the road playing the New England Patriots. And then for the New Orleans Saints, you've got them opening up the regular season. Oh my Lord, have mercy. God help you, Saints fans. Open up the regular season at home against the Arizona Cardinals. Week 2 is at home against the San Francisco 49ers. Week 3 is on the road playing the Seattle Seahawks. And week 4 is on the road playing the Buffalo Bills. Yikes.
Yeah.
Ain't going to be a good start for Saints fans.
Definitely not. Who you taking? We have to cover it.
There has to be a division winner. Unfortunately, that's the way the NFL CBA works. Each division has to have a winner. I'm going to say until proven otherwise, it's going to be Tampa Bay. I think it's going to be another situation where they're 10-7. Hell, I could even see 9-8. You know, I don't think we'll ever see such a scenario where all 4 teams finish below 500. But hey, weirder things have happened. So I think it's going to be Tampa Bay. Then I'm going to say it's going to be Carolina, not by much, and then Atlanta and New Orleans.
Same, except I'd flip Atlanta and Carolina.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, this division is going to be a one and done in the playoffs. I'm not even wasting a lot of time on this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, until we see some kind of competitiveness out of these squads, it's the same old stuff.
Yeah.
So I wish I could get excited about it, but I can't. But one division, though, I'm definitely excited to talk about, and that is the NFC West.
Yeah.
So this one, a lot of potential here.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of storylines, so let's get into it.
So you had the LA Rams win the division, going 10-7 last year. Seattle Seahawks just missed the playoffs, also finishing 10-7. Arizona Cardinals came in third place, going 8-9, and then you had the San Francisco 49ers, a little bit of a Super Bowl hangover, finishing in last place, going 6-11.
Well, let's start with the Rams. A little transition period, if you will. Cooper Kupp is no longer there.
Yep.
So Matt Stafford, how much does he have left in his arm before it falls off?
Mm-hmm.
You know, Nakua is back. How is he going to be performing now as the one-man show? I understand Devontae Adams is there, but...
Yeah, it's Devontae Adams at 132 years old.
Yeah, Kyron Williams is supposed to be doing something there.
Oh, I was close. He's 32 years old.
Yeah, like I say, he's on the back end.
Yeah.
This
turns
team,
33 turns 33 on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, I mean, this team is not going to be really putting up a lot of highlights, I feel.
No.
I mean, I always root for Matthew Stafford because he literally gave everything he had in Detroit. I'm happy he's got one Super Bowl ring.
I mean, listen, he's got a hell of a quarterback crew behind him. Both of them former Patriots.
Yeah. So
Jimmy Garoppolo and Stetson Bennett IV.
Yeah. So, I mean, they're going to be solid for what they need to be.
Yeah.
Defense doesn't scare me at all. I know there was some talk about...
Bennett is a rookie this year. So, or a rookie from Georgia. He drafted 2023, has not played a snap.
Right. He was the one that got him, I believe, the national title or got him to the game there.
Yes.
Either way, though, let's face it, the Rams, I think their Cinderella story has ran out. I think they'll contend. They're going to be a team that's going to scrap. Like, that's the easiest way to describe them, but I don't think they're going to make a run in the playoffs by any stretch. Next up, though, you want to go to the San Francisco 49ers.
Sure. Yeah, they got Brock Purdy there. They got Mac Jones is their backup there, which, hey, good luck. Christian McCaffrey's there. We'll see what you can get out of him. Traded for Brian Robinson Jr. With the Washington Commanders a couple days ago. That surprised me a little bit. Juwan Jennings is their wide receiver. George Kittle's still at tight end, so they should be decent. We'll see.
If they stay healthy, they'll be fine. But that's the one thing that got them last year.
True.
And I think that they had a lot of drama going on, especially Debo's contract.
Oh, Lord.
You know, Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah.
His contract was another big thing.
Yeah, which Ayuk out.
Yep. So I think there's a lot of those headaches are gone this season. So I think as long as Brock stays healthy, you still got McCaffrey. But then again, how long can he stay healthy? Robinson is a solid backup to him. I will say that. But you're going to see a performance drop off. It
Yeah.
just is. Jennings and Moore, okay. Ricky Pearsall, we're finally going to really see the potential out of him after that unfortunate incident last season.
Yeah.
And then, like I say, as long as they got Kittle there and like Jurjacek, they're going to be okay.
We should also note Demarcus Robinson, the wide receiver for the San Francisco 49ers, has been suspended the first 3 games of the season without pay for violating the substance abuse policy. So he will be eligible for reinstatement on Monday, September 22nd.
Yeah. But I think the 49ers will be okay otherwise.
Yeah,
like I say, I mean, they've only lost a couple players, but still Fred Warner's in the backfield.
Yeah.
And they still got Nick Bosa. They'll be okay.
Yeah, they'll be fine. Moving up north a little bit, you got the Seattle Seahawks, who got Sam Darnold there in their quarterback room. Drew Lock and Jalen Milroe backing him up in case something goes wrong. Kenneth Walker III still there at running back. Jackson Smith and Jigba is their wide receiver along with Cooper Kupp. See how that goes. Troy Horton is their wide receiver. Also got A.J. Barner, so they could make some noise. You never know.
Yeah, Mike McDonald's got his work cut out for him. Yeah. I mean, this is kind of a very, very big transition for him. With this team, but with Sam Darnold, like, hey, Sam played out of his mind up in Minnesota, so you got to give him his due there.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, if Kenneth Walker can stay healthy,
yeah,
he's a great running back, but you got to keep him on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Cooper Kupp is going to be the star of this wide receiver core.
Yeah.
But how much does he have left in the tank?
Right.
So, a lot more question marks surrounding this team, but their defense is what keeps them in games. So they'll be fine. DeMarcus Lawrence is going to be all right. Williams, Murphy, in the front line, like, they'll be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Are they going to be dominant? No. But they'll be a team that's going to go at least 500, if not more.
Yeah. And then lastly, and certainly not leastly, you've got the Arizona Cardinals, Kyler Murray, is their starting quarterback. Keep an eye on his play until Call of Duty comes out.
Yep.
James Conner there at wide running back, Marvin Harrison Jr. there at wide receiver, Michael Wilson and Zay Jones, also their wide receiver, Trey McBride. You just don't know what you're going to get out of this team week in and week out. Marvin Harrison Jr. should be a great addition, and he is to a certain degree, but then you've got Kyler Murray, who just, like I said, you don't know what you're going to get from a week-to-week basis. And for your starting franchise quarterback, not what you want.
Yeah, Jonathan Gannon, I don't know if he's going to be able to pull some magic out here.
Probably not.
I really don't. Kyler Murray, it depends how motivated he is.
Uh-huh.
Literally, that's what it comes down to. James Conner is solid, but he's not a shutdown back. Marvin Harrison Jr., I don't want to say overhyped.
Yeah.
But I think that for where everybody had him on expectations, he did not deliver last year.
Nope.
Zay Jones is a good number 2.
Yeah.
But,
yeah,
you need somebody to step up in that number 1 role. Trey McBride is all right.
Yeah.
So, they have potential to do it. Their defense is low-key solid. With Budda Baker's still there, so as long as he's there, they'll be fine. Same thing. Calais Campbell's coming back. They have some potential to make some noise. But I don't know, long term, what the direction is with the Cardinals. And unfortunately, this isn't like the years past when they had Kurt Warner there.
Right.
And they actually had a culture being built. When I look at this team, I just don't know what they're doing.
Right.
And that's a problem.
It's kind of crazy to think of, too, especially with this division. A couple of years ago, how much we were talking this is smash mouth. This is the best division in all of football. And now it's kind of like, I have no idea who's going to win this thing.
Well, the one thing is they had too many coaching and player personnel switches.
Yeah.
You think about with Arizona, they really switched up their look. And now it's they have a solid team, but where's the superstars?
Right.
And same thing with Seattle.
Right.
They have a couple people that have shown flashes, but
right.
What do you have? And with the Rams, they're too beat up. So it's it just depends on what you have. But this will still be a worthy division to watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that said,
oh boy, I got to make a pick, don't I?
If you want me to lead, I'll
you go first.
Okay, so first, winning this division outright is going to be the 49ers. I think that with the drama behind them, healthy players, John Lynch is still, I think my pick is still for best GM in all of football. They will be fine. Then you're going to see a slight drop off here, but I think because of default reasons, I'm going to go Seattle. Then I'm going to go the Rams, and then I'm going the Cardinals. And I hope I'm wrong about the Cardinals. I really do. But like I stated, I need to see something out of them, and I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
So
I think I'm going to agree. I'll go with you on that. The Niners, they had a bad year last year, but they had a ton of injuries. Mm-hmm. And Christian McCaffrey missed a whole bunch of time, which did not help them in any way, shape, or form. Seattle, I think they're on the come up. I don't think Darnold is the guy, but he's just the stopgap to get them to whoever their guy is going to be. The Rams, I think, listen, they had their window. They achieved their goal. That window is shut. You know, they're not going to contend for a playoff spot. They're not going to contend for a wild card. They're not going to contend for a division. They're there. They'll win some games, but it ain't going to be pretty for most of the season. And then Arizona, well, Call of Duty Black Ops 7 comes out mid-November, so you got until then before Kyler Murray checks out. So we'll see what happens with them. But again, I'm not expecting anything great out of Arizona.
Yeah, I think we just have to really wait and see about it.
Yeah.
But that being said, we gave you our picks for the NFC South and the NFC West. Hit us up on the hashtag ODPH Pod. What do you think is going to be going on with these divisions as the season progresses? But we're going to get our last breakout and then give you our picks for the NFC playoffs and who's going to be facing our picks in the AFC from the AFC in the Super Bowl this coming season. You are listening to the NFC edition of the NFL preview for the ODPH podcast.
Hey guys, it's Alan Dunford here from Top Hat Studios, co-writer and co-creator of Pocus Hocus and Grandma Chainsaw, and you guys are listening to the ODPH podcast.
Gotta be down to the punch, 'cause they can't bring me down if I'm already under the ground.
Coming back for the final segment on this edition of the ODPH podcast is the NFL preview for the NFC conference. We gave you our picks of all the divisions. Now it's time to talk playoffs, who's punching their ticket to the Super Bowl, and give you our Super Bowl winners. So, Pat, kick us off.
So, for me, you've got the 4 division winners, which I picked the Commanders, Packers, Buccaneers, and the Niners. And then for my 3 playoff teams or wildcard teams coming out of the NFC, I've got the Detroit Lions, Philadelphia Eagles, and the Seattle Seahawks sneaking in there. I'm sure there's going to be some last week of the season shenanigans where there's multiple scores being shown on the screen because they need a certain scenario to play out and whatever else. But I think Seattle's going to sneak in there right at the end.
I agree with you, Pat. I think for my picks, the division winners, I think we had the same ones.
We did indeed.
So, but going into the wild card, I think Seattle's going to do it. Mm-hmm. I think the Eagles are going to absolutely do it. I think that's probably the safest lock.
Yeah.
And let's roll some dice. I'm going to take the Bears.
Ooh, all right.
In an upset that nobody sees coming. I think they're going to sneak by Detroit by 1 game.
Well,
it's going to be close.
Well, we know Seth Rollins will be happy.
Well, the thing about it, like I say, it just depends on how the teams respond to the coaching switch-ups.
Uh-huh.
And I think with Ben Johnson, the fact that you went to the division rival, that speaks some volumes. That's not exactly like I left on good terms, at least how I read that.
Right.
So if they're going to do anything, he's going to want to make this into a better Detroit offense than they ran. Is he I don't want to say reckless, but does he gamble as much as Dan Campbell does?
Sure.
I don't know. Maybe. I still think Detroit's going to play there, but I think the loss of 2 great defensive coordinators is going to hurt them.
Absolutely.
So I think there's going to be some adjustment. I think they're going to be right on the cusp if they don't make that last playoff spot. I just don't think that they're going to get past the Packers.
Right.
But that said, this is your lineup for your team, Pat.
Yep.
Or your playoffs. Who you taking and why?
So on the AFC, or for the NFC, I've got, and boy, this is really a coin flip between any of the teams I picked. I'm going to say it's going to be the Green Bay Packers. Going out on a limb. We'll say Green Bay Packers, so that my matchup in the Super Bowl will be the Baltimore Ravens versus the Green Bay Packers.
This is scary.
Mm-hmm.
This is really, really scary.
Uh-huh.
I'm taking the Packers, too.
Ooh. We did not discuss this beforehand.
We did not. We never discussed this. One peek behind the curtain, if you will. We never discussed the picks of any of this before we
The only thing we discuss is, hey, when are we recording the episode?
Literally, that's how we do. This is how you do podcasting 101. No, I think Washington is going to be on the cusp again. I think it's going to be Green Bay and Washington in the conference game. I think Philly is going to be contending, but it's tough to go back.
Sure.
And I think they had a lot of luck to get in there the first time. I think this time now it swings Green Bay's way.
Okay.
I think Jordan Love is a year older. They're actually kind of building the team around him. I think they have the shot. Detroit, like we alluded to, and I'm not trying to keep bringing this up because I knew we have a good Detroit contingent in the list.
Sure.
I just think the loss of the coordinators is going to be too much to overcome early. And they'll have a good surge late once they get gelled with everybody, but I think it's going to be too little too late.
Right.
I think the Bears are just going to be surprised in a lot of teams because I think everybody's writing them off.
Yeah, could be.
But if Caleb Williams can play to a fraction level better than he's done, and I think this coach can get something out of him, then they're going to be okay. They're going to get that last playoff spot. They're not going to get a dominant one. Okay. But I just think that Philly, it's going to be tough for them to repeat. I think if anything, the 49ers are going to be ones to watch in those playoffs too. But as we've seen, though, they always have bad luck when it gets to that championship game. Like somebody gets hurt that's crucial, whether it's McCaffrey or Purdy or whoever.
Yeah. Or what was the one guy when they played Kansas City? Was it Greenlaw?
Yeah.
Who tore something?
He tore his ACL when he ran on the field.
For the first play of the game.
Yeah. So it's tough to say. But that being said, that's how I think it's going to go down. I think Jordan Love and the team are going to wind up pulling it off. I think they're going to punch their ticket to the Super Bowl. And then this is where the matchups get interesting. You took Baltimore and Green Bay.
I did.
I took the Bills in Green Bay. Pat, who's walking home with the Lombardi?
I'm going to say it's Baltimore. Listen, Green Bay's got a great team offensively, defensively. I think they're going to show a lot of people like, hey, they're a legit team. But I think Baltimore is just way too good. And Lamar's been way too good for way too long. And I'm not saying he's been overshadowed, but I think it's his time to step out of the shadow and show just how great he is. He's got all the numbers to back it up, and he's got all the accolades to show how good he is. He's just missing that one crucial accolade that shows how great he truly is, and that's a Super Bowl win.
See, I'm right there with you, but I'm obviously, since I took the Bills,
right,
I'm taking the Bills. But I agree with you 100%. I think now we're in this weird phase where Mahomes, as wild as this is going to sound, is getting phased out, and the new rivalry is Allen versus Jackson.
Okay,
because both of those amazing quarterbacks have all the credentials, MVPs, but they need a chip. And I think that whoever comes out of the conference this year, between them, is winning.
Okay.
I just think that they're playing at that much of more of an elite level that even as Jordan Love is playing out of his mind and does remind me a lot of Aaron Rodgers, as wild as that sounds, I don't think he has enough to bring home a chip.
Okay.
And I think it's going to be Josh Allen's time, as long as the Bills stay healthy, because if they don't do it now, I don't think it's happening.
Okay.
And, I mean, not with the team they have. I don't like I say, on paper, this is probably the best Bills team they've had in quite some time, including when they were really making the deep run.
Right.
So, when they had the wild game against Kansas City all those years ago.
Yeah.
That was the year they should have won. So, to get back there, we know how tough it is. This is going to be a true challenge. But I think this year is going to be Buffalo's year. Not saying because I'm a fan, but just looking at the dynamic on paper, if they can stay healthy, they should walk away with the Lombardi this year.
All I know is if Buffalo even gets there, pray for your hosts here, because it's going to get out of control in this part of New York State.
Yep.
That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, if suddenly we just stop doing episodes for a couple weeks, just hit us up on the hashtags, and we'll just give you a thumbs up emoji. Because it's going to get absolutely wild. There's two events that could happen in this area that would shut down the town.
Yeah.
The Bills winning the Super Bowl and the Knicks winning a championship.
Yep.
And if the Knicks win, if both happen in a calendar year, it's over. It's over for the state of New York. But it'll be fun to watch. And it's going to be fun talking with everybody, too, as the season is kicking off. So definitely make sure you're following us on all social medias, including Facebook, where we're going to be really focusing on locks and leaps. It's a great competition with all our content creating friends to see who can pick all the games this year. You never know who might be joining in this year. We're still putting the field together because we got to kind of see who's still podcasting, if you will. A lot has changed in our content creating world.
This is true.
But that's why you should be following us on all social medias. And Pat, where does everybody go to do that?
ODPHpodcast.com.
Right on. So that being said, for the one only Padawan J,
fuck the Astros.
I'm your host, Ken M. Thank you, as always, for listening to this very special edition of the ODPH podcast, the NFL 2025 Preview Edition. We'll see you next time.
It's such waste of time, swiping left and swiping right on people you could know. 'Cause anyone who's worth a damn be worth way more than a picture could ever show. You could find the right light, find the right angle, and never find your soul. And it can feel like a losing battle, and this plot is full of holes. This modern way of finding love just makes me feel so alone. And I can't be the only one sick of staring at my phone. So look up, talk to me, or better old time fable. Everyone has just one true love. All I know is you're across this table, and you're all I'm thinking of. So look up, talk to me, a better way to spend our energy. Just look up, talk to me, we don't have to float alone on the open sea. Talk to me. Talk to me. It's such waste of time, swiping left and swiping right on people you could know.